Welcome to BBC International News. First I will tell you the news title and then the details.
Breaking new President Raisi's death. Middle East crisis likely to escalate. Top News Pewdie heard the details of Raisi's helicopter crash by calling the Iranian ambassador.
Listen to the news title so far, now listen to the details.
The death of Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash comes at a time when the Middle East is going through a particularly critical time. The humanitarian disaster in Gaza during Israel's 7-month war against Hamas is now at the center of the world's attention. The situation in Gaza has escalated tensions across the Middle East. Israel's indiscriminate killings in Gaza have also brought to the fore the decades-long shadow war between Iran and Israel. A top Iranian commander was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Syria last April amid tensions surrounding the war. As a result, Iran launched missile and drone attacks targeting Israel from its territory for the first time. A week later, Israel launched a missile attack on Iran's air base. After that, the counterattacks of the two countries stopped. However, Tehran continues to fight Israel through Iranian-backed armed groups. Lebanon-based armed group Hezbollah has been consistently launching missile and drone attacks on Israeli military targets. Hamas has also regrouped and is fighting Israeli forces in various areas of Gaza. In addition to managing this rivalry with Israel, Iran's new leadership will have to make the biggest decision regarding Iran's nuclear program. On May 9, Kamal Karachi, a foreign policy advisor to Iran's supreme leader, said that if Israel attacks, Iran will change the course of its nuclear program and go on the path to developing nuclear weapons. International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Director General Rafael Grossi has warned Iran not to talk lightly about developing nuclear weapons. The death of President Raisi and Foreign Minister Amir Abdullahian in a helicopter crash has also come as a big blow to Iran. Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Khamenei, who became acting foreign minister after his death, now has to negotiate with the West over Iran's nuclear program. Maintaining close relations with Russia and China will also appear to be a major issue for Iran's new leadership in dealing with antagonism with the West. Tehran is facing the challenge of maintaining the continuity of power within the country as well. The question of who will be the successor of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme religious leader of Iran, who is currently 85 years old, has come to the fore. Raisi was considered to be Khamenei's successor. In the Iran regime, state power is dominated by religious leaders, politicians, and the military. Among them, the supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is above all. The president takes all important decisions with his support. President Ibrahim Raisi was known to be very loyal to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ibrahim Raisi became president after winning the 2021 election with the support of the supreme leader. His death may clear the way for Khamenei's son Mojtaba Khamenei for the post. Meanwhile, the country's leaders have recently faced dissident protests inside Iran, which is under strict sanctions by the West led by the United States. In 2022, after the death of a young woman named Mahsa Amini in the custody of the Iranian police, there were protests across the country demanding the establishment of women's rights. The Iranian authorities strictly suppressed the protest. Pewdie heard the details of Raisi's helicopter crash by calling the Iranian ambassador. Russian President Vladimir Putin summoned Iran's ambassador to Moscow, Kazem Jalali, to the Kremlin and heard the details of President Ibrahim Raisi's helicopter crash. Ambassador Kazem Jalali confirmed this information. He gave detailed information about the meeting with the Russian president. Kazem Jalali said, Putin held a meeting at 10 p.m. despite the fact that Sunday was a public holiday in Russia. At this time, senior officials of Russian defense and various security forces were present. On his invitation, I participated in the meeting as a representative of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The ambassador of Iran said that in the meeting, the Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, National Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu, Valery Gerasimov, Chief of the Joint Staff of the Armed Forces, Minister of Civil Protection, Emergencies and Disaster Management Alexander Karenkov, Special Assistant to the President Igor Levidin, and a senior official of the Central Intelligence Agency were present. Kazem Jalali said, at the beginning of the meeting, Putin told me, we are deeply saddened by the helicopter crash of the Iranian president. We will do whatever it takes to help. We are very concerned and upset about this incident. We are ready for whatever it takes. Make sure this message reaches the supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution.